Today we're just going to have some fun playing on our hands and doing some inversions. So let's get started just by crossing our legs and sitting comfortably on the mat. Really starting to tune into your breath, filling your belly and letting it expand on the inhale and then letting it release on the exhale. Take another full big inhale. Exhale, contract the spine, round it in. Inhale, lift the heart and the chest, expand. Exhale, round it in. Inhale, lift and grow taller, look up. Exhale, shrink and round the spine. Inhale, expand and grow. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, big side stretch over to the right. Exhale to center. Inhale, lift the right arm up and over to the opposite side. And exhale to center. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, contract through your upper and lower back. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, look up, big stretch. Exhale, release the hands down. We'll warm up through our wrists. Reach your hands forward and blink the fingers open and closed as quickly as you can. Try to relax your shoulders down and close the fingers in towards the palm and back out. Keep going. We want to get the forearms woken up here, so it's okay if they're getting tired. Keep going in and out as fast as you can and shake it out. Good job. Reach your arms back up and we'll make figure 8 going around, circling up and around and down and around, up and around and down and around, and change directions, figure 8 the opposite way. This kind of makes me feel like a flamenco dancer, a little bit fancy here. And rotate. One more circle around, and then just roll the wrists out as you come down. Give them a little bit of a shake. Left hand makes a fist, right hand slides down, index finger and thumb wrap around the wrist as you roll the wrist around. Doesn't matter which way you pick, do 5 times in one direction and change 5 times the other direction. Good. And change, right hand fist, left hand slides down. Pull down on the skin as you roll the wrist around and change directions, going the other way. Roll it out. And then again, just give the wrists a shake. Turn to the side, come onto your hands and knees, and then begin to shift your weight over your hands and back over your knees. Forward and backward, taking weight onto the hands, continuing to warm up through the wrists, and now working into the shoulders as well. Then turn the fingertips to the side and begin to shift right and left and right and left. Now we'll turn the fingertips back towards our knees and we'll shift forward and backward with the hands turned inward this time. If the heel of the hand comes off as you go back, that's okay. Just continue to try to reach it down towards the mat as close as you can. On this last one, sink back, allow your head to curl in and get a really big stretch through your forearms. Spread your fingers wide apart and come back up. Rotate the hands back in front. Moving into the shoulders, we'll retract the scapula and protract, push it up. Retract, sink the chest down. Protract, push the shoulder blades up. Try to keep the arms straight and allow the isolation to happen in your shoulder blades or your scapula. Protract, push it up. Hold it there. Rounding, now round even more through your shoulder blades. Tuck your head in, tuck your tailbone in. Hold, hold, hold. And then cow, pelvis tilts up, head looks up. Hold and exhale, round into cat. Hold it there. Inhale up to cow. Exhale, round to cat. Again, inhale, lift the tailbone and the head. Exhale, back to neutral. Walk your hands forward to the top of the mat, curl your tailbone under, and place your head down on the mat. Elbows are nice and straight. Wrap the triceps in towards your ears as you hold. And now look up and place the chest down and the chin on the mat if you can. If you can get the chest down, awesome, even better. Look forward, keep breathing, and then lift yourself back up to a neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, find your downward facing dog. Bend the right leg in, switch, bend the left leg in. Switch, right bends, left goes straight. Switch, left bends, right is straight. Switch one more time, then press that right heel back to your down dog. Bend the right leg and twist your chest over to peek underneath your left arm. And back to center. Bend the left, twist, and look under the right arm. Hold and stretch. And back to your down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look between the hands. Walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Fold forward, let your head hang, your arms droop, and just gently shift your weight right to left, to right, to left. Come to center, bend your knees, start at the tailbone, and roll all the way up to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, crease at your waist to fold down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step to plank, shift forward, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take your breaths here. In down dog, really try to press all the knuckles of your hands down to the mat. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Press the heels down towards the mat. Lengthen the back of the legs. Look between the hands. Hop or step the feet up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, sweep the arms to the side as you lift up, palms touch. Exhale, down. Again, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, crease at the waist, fold in, head releases. Inhale, lengthen spine. Jump back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Check in on all those points we talked about. Hands, chest, hips, legs, heels. Breathing deep. Inhale, look between the hands. Hop or step up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, swan dive up to stand. Exhale, down. Hips sink back and down, fingertips brush the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold the chest, lift the tailbone. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step to plank, shift forward and lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Plant the left heel on the mat, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, lift, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat, step back to plank, shift forward, lower down. Inhale, up dog, thighs are off the mat. Exhale, down dog. Other side, right heel goes down, left foot steps up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank, shift and lower down, belly stays up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your breaths in down dog. Inhale. And exhale. Look between the hands. Hop or step the feet up. Inhale, reach to flat back. Exhale, fold it in. Sink the hips back and down. Inhale, arms together. Stand up. Exhale, hands to the side. Sink the hips back and down. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, chest folds forward, tailbone goes up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step to plank. Shift your weight and lower down. Inhale, reach your head up and back to up dog. Exhale, tailbone back, down dog. Left heel down, right foot between the hands. Inhale, lift, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, shift and lower down. Inhale, heart up dog. Exhale, hips up, down dog. Other side. Right heel down, left foot steps up. Inhale, arms overhead, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your breaths. Try to close off the front of the ribs so the lower back isn't arched. You're pressing through your heels and pointing the tailbone up. Look between the hands. Hop or jump the feet up. Inhale, reach to flat back. Exhale, release and fold. Sink the hips to chair. Inhale, arms lift. Stand up. Arms come down to the sides. Vinyasa to come down. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Hop or step to plank. Shift your weight. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Roll over your toes, bend your knees, sink your hips back down. Sit to your left hip and swing your legs around to the front. Scoot your bum into the middle of the mat, and we'll work on our core. Our core muscles need to be really strong and engaged when we're in inversions, so we will do some core work to help start to wake up that area of our body. Contract back, round the spine. Inhale, lift. Use your deep internal muscles to pull back, and then lift it up. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift. Reach your arms out in front of you and contract till you're all the way on your lower back. Your chest stays up, your head stays up. Hold it there. Arms go behind your head. Pull your knees in towards your face and then extend them out. Your lower back should be pressed on the mat, knees in. Extend the legs back out. Bend the knees back in. Make yourself into the tightest ball possible. And extend the legs out long. Pull the knees in, tightest ball possible. Extend the legs back out. Keep the toes pointed. Inhale, pull into the ball. Exhale, extend it out. Hold it there. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press the whole lower back down by pulling the belly button into the spine. Bend your knees, make yourself into the tightest ball you can. Reach your arms forward towards your toe and lift your head and your chest even higher, trying to decrease the space between your thighs and your hips. Really pull that space together. The chest lifted, stretch the right leg towards your face, your left leg down, hovering off the mat. Scissor and switch. Left leg, pull it in towards you. Switch, right leg, pull it in towards you. Left leg in, right leg scissors. Switch. Pull up through your lower abdominals. Hold it there. Bend both your legs. Make that ball one more time. Roll yourself up to a seated position. Cross your legs underneath you, plant your hands, move yourself into the middle of the mat, and sit back onto your heels. Plant your hands on your mat about in between your knees and your hips, maybe a little bit closer to your knees. Draw your belly in deeply, shift your weight back as you lift your knees in towards your chest. Decrease that space between your hips and your belly. And release the knees down, sit up nice and tall. We'll step this up a notch, come forward and shift back so you are onto your toes and begin to shift the weight just side to side so you can get comfortable here. Plant your hands down. Now you protract your shoulders, shift your weight forward and lift the right foot off, hold it in, lower down, lift the left foot off, pull it into your chest, lower down, and sit back. You can shake out the hands if you need to. And roll out the wrists as well just to loosen that up. We'll do it one more time. If it was really hard, stay with lifting one leg and then the other leg, but we'll try to go into both if we can. So again, we get onto our toes, we shift our weight forward, protract the shoulders, lift through the hips, hover up, off, lift the toes, and come down. Again, shake out those hands, roll out the wrists, do what you need to. Lots of pressure on the hands there. And we'll come back into our downward facing dog. Take a breath there. Look between the hands, hop the feet to the outside of the hands, sink the hips down into a squat, and start to shift side to side to work out through your hip flexor. And then come to center, sink the hips down. Hands come to the heart. Press the elbows out into the knees and continue to sink the tailbone down. And I'm going to turn here so that you can see me better. Your right hand will grab your left ankle. You'll twist and lift your left arm up to the sky, rotating through your chest and sinking down through your hips. Come back to center and change sides. Hand will wrap around the right ankle. Lift your right arm up. Twist and look up to the sky. Keep sinking down through the hips. Return to center. I'm going to turn to the side again. This is a better angle for you to see this. You will lift your hips up from your squat and you'll try to get your knees all the way up into your armpits or at least onto your tricep. Shift your weight forward, forward, forward till you're taking weight on your hands. Pull your belly button deeply in and lift your hips up. With your weight forward onto your hands, you'll bend your right leg, pulling your heel up into your bum. Keep your hips high, high, high. Release. And then left leg pulls up in towards your bum, high, high, high with your hips. And release down. Come back into your squat. We'll move into this pose again. So we'll do the setup the same way, shifting the weight forward, all the weight onto the hands, knees up into the armpits as close as you can get. Shift the weight forward onto the toes, and then see if you can lift your feet off as you pull your pelvis up by engaging deeply through your abdominals. And then hop or step the feet back to plank, lower down chaturanga, inhale up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good work. Take a well-deserved breath here in down dog. Look forward, bend your knees, hop or step the feet up between the hands, and then forward fold. Tailbone goes up. Grab opposite elbows. Shift your weight forward onto the balls of your feet and hang down. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, bend the knees, sink down into a squat. This squat, your knees and legs will be together. Reach your arms forward where your knees come into your armpits. Then contract with your belly to sink your tailbone down. Shift forward, come back to the squat. Exhale, contract back. Inhale, up onto the feet. Again, exhale, contract back. Use your compression strength. Pull the hips and the thighs into the belly as you come up into your squat. And I will rotate to the front because it's easier to view this from the front. Twist and place both your hands on the outside of your right leg. Your back elbow will be into your hip, and your front knee and front elbow should be about matched up. Shift your weight over to the side until you're so far over that your toes can lift up off of the mat. Pull your belly button in. Slowly reach your head down towards the mat and extend your top leg up towards the sky. Fallen angel. Close the knees back together. Shift your weight back over your hands to lift your head up and off, and then release down onto your feet. Okay, let's do the other side. So you can scoot over if you need to. Move your hands over to the left side of your leg. Back elbow will go into your back hip. Front elbow and front knee should be lined up. Shift to the side until your feet can float up off the mat. Hold it there for a second, and then slowly head goes down to the mat. Lift the top leg up, extend, point the toe. Close the legs together. Shift your weight back over your hands, and then back up onto the feet. Great job. Sink your hips back to sit down, cross your legs, and we'll move into the hips a little bit. Take the right foot, place the sole of your foot in the crook of your elbow, wrap your other hand around, grab hands, and then rock your baby side to side. You can do little circles, working on opening up your rotator and through your hip. Take a hold of the outside of your foot with your right hand, bend the knee back, and then extend the leg forward. Pull it back. Push it forward. If it doesn't get straight, that's okay. Work towards getting it as straight as you can. And push forward, back. Give it a little twist. And now wrap your leg up over your shoulder. Twist side to side here. Place your hands down. Your bottom leg will cross over your top ankle. You'll shift your weight forward and extend your legs out to the side, lifting your chest up off the mat, looking over to your extended feet, then bend and come back down onto your bum. Two legs, so we'll do that same thing on the other side, starting with our rock the baby, shifting side to side. You work where you feel tight. So if you cross over and it feels really tight there, work in that area maybe a little bit more. Just find what feels right for you. Take hold of the left foot, bend it back, stretch it out, bend and stretch, pull it back, lengthen forward, pull it back, reach it forward and back and forward. Bend the knee back, hook your knee over your shoulder. Bottom leg will cross over the top ankle. Plant the hand, shift your weight forward and extend the legs out to the side. Look to the feet. Hold it there, then slowly bend and come back onto your bum. Cross your legs, hands onto your knees. Gentle shift side to side with your ribs. Release that out. Roll your wrists as you lift your arms over your head and roll them back down all the way. Shake it out. Turn to the side of your mat, plant your hands, and step back to your down dog. Take a breath here. Look forward. Step your right foot up to your hands, low lunge. Drop your back knee down to the mat. Lift your chest and your heart up. Look to the sky. Exhale, if you can, drop down onto your elbows. Make sure your weight is not on your back knee, but you've shifted your kneecap back so that you have no pressure on that knee joint. Lift yourself back into your low lunge and then wiggle your right arm underneath your right leg. Shift your weight forward and lift the feet up off the mat. Let them fly. Hold. You've got it. Drop the back toes down. Shift and lift the front leg all the way up and back into a three-legged dog. Bend the top leg, let it be heavy and start to fall down towards the floor. The foot touches the floor, your hips go high, and your right arm will lift up and over into a back bend or a wild thing. Rotate your chest back to the mat, hands go down, lift the right leg back up to your three-legged dog, and then set it down. Find down dog. Set up on the other side. Left leg will step forward to our low lunge. Drop the knee down, send the kneecap back, and sink down. Then inhale, lift the chest and the heart, look up. And exhale, come onto the elbows if that's accessible to you. Holding, releasing, and stretching, breathing deeply. Lift back into your low lunge. Wiggle your left shoulder under your left knee. Shift the weight forward, lift up, off, hold it there. Back leg steps down onto the mat. Float the left leg up to your three-legged dog. Bend the top leg, allow it to keep twisting behind you, fall to the floor. Lift the left arm up, over, lift through your chest, press the hips up, wild thing. Rotate the chest back down, left leg sweeps back up to three-legged dog. Then release it down, press the hips up, heels down, down dog. Roll over your feet to bend the knees down, tabletop. Cross the legs underneath you and stretch the legs out long into a straddle position. Both hip bones down, lift the left arm up and over, stretch to the right. big opening through the side body, back to center. And then lift the right arm up and over, stretch to the left leg, and up, back to center. Bend your knees and slide your arms underneath your knees, trying to get your knees onto your triceps. And then fold the chest down towards the ground as much as you can. Try to get your chest flat. If it's not all the way flat right now, no big deal. Just do your best. Bend your knees and slide the hands out from under the legs, back up to your straddle sit. Rotate your body towards your right leg. Place your hands about in the middle of your thighs, in the front and the back. Rotate your hips under to lift your legs up, squeezing them up, pulling the hip flexor in towards your belly, and release it down. Rotate towards your leg, plant your hand around your shoulders forward, lift the hips up and back with your belly. Hold, 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 feet stay on the mat, and then release yourself back down and switch sides. Plant the hands, hips go in as you lift the legs, squeezing the thighs into the belly, point the toes, straighten the legs, and release down. Shift the weight forward over your shoulders, lift the hips up and back, hold it there, and release back down. Rotate back to the first side, round the shoulders, pull the belly button up and in to lift the hips up and off. If you can, get the feet off, float, hold. We're really working now, and release it down. And we'll change sides. Set up the same way, round the shoulders, press firmly out of the hands, lift the belly up, hips go back, float the feet off, hold, 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 hold. You got it, you got it, you got it, and release down. Bend the knees in and just gently flap the legs open and closed to release out your hip joint. Turn to the side, plant your hands down, step your feet back, find your down dog. Look forward and walk your feet about halfway up to your hands. Step your feet wider than your mat. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Exhale, fold your chest back, elbows bend, point the elbows behind you, and really imagine that you can reach your chest back in between your legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, sink the tailbone down and shift your weight side to side. Lift the hips slightly and wiggle your way so your shoulders come underneath your knees as much as possible. Plant your hands down onto the mat. Bend your knees, sink your hips down, press the weight onto your hands, and see if you can lift your toes off the floor. If not, just keep sinking the hips down. If you can, extend the legs all the way up and point your toes. Hold it there, pulling your belly in, and then release your feet down. Step back, find your down dog. Shift your weight forward to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Roll over your feet, knees down, then hips back and down into a child's pose. Take whatever variation of child's pose feels good for you right now. Roll yourself up, cross your feet underneath you, come into a comfortable seated position. Left hand goes into a fist. Slide your right hand down to your wrist. Bend the fist in towards you. Hold it there. And then we'll go ahead and release and change sides. Right hand into a fist. Bend the fist in towards you. Hold, release, and shake it out. Good job. Press the palms out to the sides of the body. And then flip the wrists, press the palms up toward, lift and stretch, let everything open, shake it out, hands to your heart. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this fun little inversion flow today.